Hey guys, today I'm doing a Karlach Warlock Barbarian build. Looking at my videos I posted before Baldur's Gate 3 came out, I noticed that my Karlach video, my Warlock Barbarian build video, I talked about other builds in it, but the Warlock Barbarian being the main, most interesting build. That video got the most views, around 6,000 at the time of recording. So I decided to, now that the full game's out, now that we're at level 12, I might as well show you the things I've come up with. And oh my gosh, these builds are way better than I thought they could be, especially just because how certain things work differently with the mechanics of Baldur's Gate 3 versus 5e. The main things I'm going to be going over today is the build goals, the stat breakdown. Spoilers, by the way, for gear. Sorry about that. I'll probably add that earlier in the video. How different gear can affect how you build this, as well as the Barbarian and Warlock subclass choices. And then I'm going to demonstrate the build in action. So that being said, the build goals today, we're going for a lot of passive damage, especially at the beginning of combat, with Armor of Agathys and Fire Shield. I'll explain that in detail more when we're done leveling up. HP recovery with Dark One's Blessing, and we get an extra attack with Pact of the Blade and Barbarian level 5 extra attack. Right now it is working in a way where you get a third attack, it stacks, you don't get a fourth attack. It's not supposed to be that way, at least not in 5e, and this might get patched out later, but right now as it stands you get 3 attacks when you have a level 5 extra attack from a class that allows that, plus Pact of the Blade. And then with your other spell slots, you get some out of combat versatility because you can't cast spells in Rage, but you can cast spells before you Rage. So there's a lot of options there. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with that. For example, Mirror Image, Armor of Agathys, Fire Shield. None of these spells require concentration, so you can cast them before you enter Rage and then enter Rage. That being said, I'm going to go over the level up process. So we're going to go over here to Withers. When it comes to the Barbarian class option, you can honestly pick your favorite. Today we're going to go with Wildheart, and I'll explain why. But right now, first we're going to go over the stat spread. So I currently have the Gauntlets of Hill Giant Strength, which give me 23 strength. Because we're going Pact of the Blade, we're not actually going to be using the strength stat for our weapon, but it's nice for barbarians to have high strength for when they want to either throw items or they want to, jump far distances, stuff like that. So if you don't have the Gauntlets of Hill Giant Strength, I would at least make strength your second or third priority stat, just for, for different other reasons. But right now, since I have these gauntlets, I'm going with 8 strength. 4 dexterity, just, give you some certain benefits to that. We're going 15 con, 10 intelligence, 10 wisdom, so our saving throws aren't too bad when it comes to certain spells done to us, and charisma at 17. Also, just to note, I wouldn't recommend going medium armor unless you are level 12, because there's a lot of beneficial barbarian clothings that give you really cool stats, especially in Act 2. They can give you a higher strength score and all that stuff, and you're not going to be able to really benefit from the double extra attack until later in the game. So this is definitely a level 12 respec build. Probably gonna skip over most of this. The stuff that is just a level up and you don't really see anything. So we accept that. You can pick your favorite here, Barbarian subclass. The benefits of Berserker is on top of your 3 regular attacks that you get every turn, you can also get a 4th attack with Frenzy. But I'm pretty sure how the mechanic works is every time you do an attack, a bonus action attack, your to hit goes down by 1. So, it's really, really good. Berserker's really good, but, it could be better. Wild Magic is what I originally stated in my original build. Wild Magic is super fun. There's a lot of fun stuff you can do with it. But because of how the build that I'm making today is very specific with getting passive damage through Armor of Agathys, we're going to go with Wildheart and we're going to go with Bearheart. The reason why is you take resistance to all damage except for psychic damage when you're raging, And that'll really be beneficial because I don't know what you guys have experienced, but I've experienced a lot of damage from non-physical damage throughout my playthrough. Anyway, so we're going to accept that. Then I'm going to fast forward to... Oh, no, never mind. We're going to pick the feat. Great Weapon Master is what I go with. If you don't care as much about damage from your weapon, you could just stack up your charisma, get it to 20. We're only going to get it to 18, but I have a hat that gives me +2 charisma, so I'll end up being 20 charisma at the end. There we go. So we're level 5 Barbarian now. This is where we switch to Warlock. The reason why is we have our extra attack already. Going Warlock. Take Eldritch Blast. It's a great cantrip. When you're not raging, it can be useful. And very specifically, unlike the Barbarian, we are going the Fiend subclass. There are builds you can make with the other two, but for this, we're going Fiend. Armor of Agathys, Hellish Rebuke. Right now, for me, Hellish Rebuke is bugged. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Hellish Rebuke, as a reaction to someone hitting you, you can do fire damage to them. It has, in the past, like today when I was experimenting with this, it has worked. I've been able to cast this while raging. But once I make my character level 12, for some reason it stops working. But that being said, if they fix this or whatever, Hellish Rebuke is a really good spell to pick in Armor of Agathys. This is going to be our core spells plus Fire Shield. All the other spells are pretty situational. As far as Eldritch Invocations, go Devil's Sight, because if someone casts Darkness on you, it'll be nice to have. So you can see better. Agonizing Blast and Repelling Blast will be good for you. Mirror Image is a good one to pick up. Non-concentration, Pact the Blade. This is where we get our another feat. We're going ability score improvement here. 18 that, 18 that. We got the even con and charisma, so that's good. Pick your favorite as far as it goes with that. This is where we get our deepened pact, where we get another attack. That's 3 attacks. Really nice. You also get this feature, which is kind of nice. Dark One's Own Luck. Call on your patron to change the fate. Add a 1d10 to an ability check. So this will be great for speech, like options and like roleplay stuff. And again, besides picking Hellish Rebuke, Armor of Agathys, and Fire Shield, pick your favorite for spells. Really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Try to think of spells that'll be better for out of combat though, because again, you can't rage and concentrate on a spell. Very important to remember. Okay, Fire Shield, and very important pickup. Honestly, go with Book of Ancient Secrets. All the other abilities aren't great for this build. You get a few extra spells that you're probably not going to use, but like straight up, honestly, like all of these give you spells that you're not going to use. Maybe get Beast Speech. Wildheart already gives you that though, Speak with Animals. Like, maybe Beguiling Influence if you don't have Deception and Persuasion. Mask of Many Faces is kind of fun. But I'm you know what, fuck it. We're going Mask of Many Faces. Fun spell. Dimension Door is a really good spell when you need it. Pretty good out of combat. And the main reason why we're also going so many levels Warlock... Oh shit, I need to go Barbarian. I forgot to go 5th level Barbarian. Well, that's okay, I'm going it now. Okay. So, now that we have the build set up, I'm going to show you the build in action. And again, because we have the Gauntlets of Hill Giant Strength, my strength is 23, my charisma is 20, Birthright makes it +2 charisma, and then I currently have this really awesome sword. So yeah, this sword gives me a +3 to hit, when I bind it as my packed weapon, it's 2d6 plus 8. I have this ring that adds 2 acid damage to every hit. I have this that gives me 1 to 4 hit points at the beginning of every turn. I have this armor that gives me pretty good AC and I can't be critically hit. This cape makes it so that people who hit me, they also take 1 to 4 acid damage. One thing to know, by the way, guys, this is something I was curious about and I ended up finding out with testing. Okay, temporary hit points do not stack. So typically, if you have temporary hit points and you gain a new source of temporary hit points, it gets rid of your first source. Luckily though, if you cast Armor of Agathys, when you have Armor of Agathys on and you kill an enemy, usually when you kill an enemy with Dark One's Blessing, you get temporary hit points. But luckily, the designers were smart about this. It does not activate when you still have Armor of Agathys up, which is really good because it would really suck if you killed an enemy and then you got rid of your Armor of Agathys temporary hit points. Because those temporary hit points, every time someone hits you, it causes 20 damage to them. And again, another one of the reasons why we do that is because when you're raging, you're taking half damage. So these hit points are going to last a lot longer than it would on a normal Warlock. And then, yeah, anyway, I'm going to show you it in action. It's pretty crazy. So most of the time, you're probably just going to have Armor of Agathys cast on you. And then let's say you're like ready, you like know you're about to go into combat. What you can do, actually, is you can cast Fire Shield on yourself. You can, honestly, also, you can pick cold or fire damage, so depending on who you're fighting, you might want to change this. Like, let's see, this guy is resistant to fire damage, but he's not resistant to cold damage, so let's go with cold damage. So it's going to be double cold damage, but actually the other ones are not resistant to anything, so let's go fire damage just so you can see the damage differences more clearly, like what's coming from the Armor of Agathys, what's coming from the Fire Shield. And then I am going to short rest right now, enter turn-based mode. So Fire Shield only lasts 10 turns, but you can short rest, and then enter turn-based mode, and you still have Fire Shield active. If Hellish Rebuke was working, then you'd be able to reaction Hellish Rebuke with those spell slots, but it's not right now working for me. Anyway, that being said, I want to rage before I attack, so I'm going to start combat with my other character. Another Warlock. Okay. Attack. Okay, so it's the beginning of my first turn. Gonna rage. So we get 1 attack. It didn't make the sound effect, but 34, 2. 2 attacks, 41, 2. 3 attacks, 31, 2. And if you're a Berserker Barbarian, then you get another attack. Again, I don't have a speed potion up. I don't have haste, nothing like that. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna skip the other people's turns. Well, there's some damage there. Not melee damage, so it doesn't do either of those abilities. Or not, or not. They're just throwing shit at Karlach, that's so annoying! She only has 2 Armor of Agathys hit points left, come on, dude. Okay, so this isn't a great example since... Okay, there we go, there we go. He took 20 damage and 5 damage. 20 cold, 5, he took 5, whatever it was, fire damage. It would have been 10 if he wasn't resistant. 33 more damage there. Honestly, in a lot of other cases, you're going to be able to have those Armor of Agathys hit points last a lot longer. But again, insane damage. There is our Dark One's Blessing. So you have 12 temp HP. Oh my god. And then let's do Pommel Strike. Okay, I'm skipping a lot of my character's turns just because this is more about Karlach. So yeah, he took Like 8 damage, 8 damage. Whatever. So they're all taking a ton of damage just from Fire Shield, even though the Armor of Agathys hit points are gone. And the Dark One's Blessing hit points are gone. She's at 104. I haven't healed her at all yet. This whole time. And then let's do some cleave. Let's see how many we can get. Can we get all 3? We can't get all 3. Let's get these 2. Oh my god. That just counts as 1 attack as well. Okay, we had a lot of misses there. That was unfortunate. 7 damage, 6 damage. I think you also take damage just from being close to it as well. Also, just for fun, I'm gonna cast haste on Karlach. So let's see how many attacks you get with haste now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy shit. That's insane. Okay. 1, 2, 3. He had a riposte. Okay, we got more Dark One's Blessing. And we've got another attack. Okay, a miss. Like, just insanity. Okay, there we go. I think you guys get the point of this build. Because of how many people Karlach killed, she barely took any damage because she kept getting so much temporary hit points. Yeah, it's insane. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on Saturdays. I'm gonna be posting builds of every Origin character, and yeah, we're gonna be posting other videos as well, just advice on Baldur's Gate 3. So please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.